Jeans that increase office productivity and save you money. No one understands your bottom line better. Call Dex Imaging today, 352-266-0333, or check them out on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. I think it's raining out there. Robin was just out there, and I'll have to ask her if it's raining. I hope it is raining because I didn't wash my car, so I need it washed. Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Yeah, yesterday I always park under a tree, because it's close. And so the birds, they really had a party yesterday. There was so much bird poop on my car. I was unbelievable. So hopefully it'll pour today and clean it all off. Either that or I can go to... Huh?
No, I was just going to say I can confirm that it is raining.
Oh, is it where you are? Where are you right now?
I'm on my way to Jacksonville, but I guess there's a huge kind of a storm coming.
Yeah, looks like an all-day rainy day. That's what it says.
Yeah.
95% chance, which means if it doesn't rain where you are, you're in the 5%.
Well, we're in the 95% because it's raining out there.
What?
It's raining out there, so we're in the 95%.
We're in the 95%, area. Yeah, we're in the 95%.
It's 100% here because it's raining.
It's 100% here, that's right. Yeah, I had the whole weather thing explained to me one time before, what the percentage actually means.
Uh-huh.
It means that in the area they're referring to, there's a 95% chance it'll rain in 95% of that area. If that's not confusing, I don't know what is. But it's 100% raining right now. Let's see. Galen, we were talking earlier. Before we get to the topic today, by the way, is healthy food choices at fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we were talking earlier about a contest we had when we were at WTMC. They wanted to give away a trip to Paris, and Robin and I both said we're not going to promote it because there's no prize. You're pretending there's a prize. You're misleading people, and we wouldn't promote it. And so the question I remember at the time was, how come we just didn't quit? Well, the answer was because we needed a job.
Yes.
But the truth was after I walked out of that meeting, I thought for sure that I was going to get fired. Have you ever done something like that and you thought for sure it was going to get you fired, but it was kind of like you standing up for what you believed in, and then
absolutely,
and then nobody fired you. And in fact, nobody ever mentioned it again.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just going to say I think we stopped it in its tracks because we never actually did the contest.
Right.
And I think what a lot of people don't know is that most of these radio giveaways that are like these extravagant things, they're a part of a system or a nationwide giveaway where there's 300 radio stations all across the country involved.
Yeah.
And they've had to change that ruling. I know there was the case against the radio station because it was just false advertising and they got sued. But, so now they have to make it very clear that this is a national campaign or something like that.
Well,
you have to be very, very, very clear on that. Absolutely.
We had one, and it was legitimate, and it was a trip from anywhere in the country to Hialeah to see a horse race, okay? Mm-hmm. Now, we don't live that far from Hialeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the couple who won it was very excited. They got the hotel, they got everything that it came with, but they just did not need the airplane flight. So they drove down there. And then they got a tax bill for everything, including the airplane flight.
Yeah.
Which they never used. And they called me, and I said, I had no idea they were going to do that. And they said, well, is there any way you can tell them we never used the airplane flight? So I wrote a letter. I have no idea. I can't remember.
Yeah, here's the thing. Whenever you get a gift, You have to pay, if it's over a certain value, you have to pay taxes on it. Because you have to declare that it's a gift, and or a prize or a winning prize. You have to pay taxes on that. That's one of the reasons. If you remember, several years ago, we did a campaign with Palm Chevrolet in Gainesville and Ocala, in which we were giving away a car to a donor. So every time you donated blood, you got entered to win a car. And the person who won it was 19, and they couldn't afford the two things: the taxes on that, and then at the end of the year, the income tax came due, and so we had to pick another winner. And that's just the way it is. You have to pay the taxes on that. That's the IRS. It's got nothing to do.
Right.
And if you remember, Oprah came under a lot of scrutiny for the exact same thing. And what are you going to do? You can't give them cash to cover the taxes, because the cash will be taxed.
Right.
What I tell people to that is, well, look, you got something for a heck of a lot cheaper than what it really cost you.
But couldn't they sell the car? Couldn't he sell the car and then have...
Sure, absolutely. But his problem was, in order to buy the car, he had to come up with... I mean, he got a brand new car. It was like $16,000, and the taxes on that were like $1,100, something like that. And he couldn't come up with the $1,100. And I remember looking at him like, you know, this car is $12,000. You could sell it, you know. And I told him that, and we had the conversation beforehand about what he was going to need to bring. I said, you can't get a loan from a, you know, because I don't have a job. He didn't have a bank account. I was like, okay.
Poor guy.
Oh, that's
awful. He didn't. I'm like, do you need a car? He goes, maybe that's get a job.
No.
He said, this is horrible. You know, I said, and he just could not get it done. And
wow.
I'm like, and we talked and was hoping that maybe they could finance the tax at the dealership. They couldn't because of the way the money was done and the gift was done through their insurance and all that. It was anyway.
Wow.
It was but that's a real thing. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was real happy to see the one of the winners from the Daytona 500 race. The one who won the 300 race was so happy and said, you know, normally we win things and you actually don't win anything because you have to buy something. And they were complimentary of WOCA because it was a real prize with no strings attached. And in fact, was it the 500 winner or the 300 winner? One of them posted that they got 2 tickets from us and they wanted to get a third ticket. So,
the 300 winner.
So they called the Speedway. They explained that they won 2 and asked how much would it cost for one more ticket. And the ticket was $115, but they said, you know what, since you won the tickets, we'll sell it to you for $10.
Isn't that great?
Wow.
I know. Wow. I couldn't believe it.
Isn't that great?
So they were familiar with the promotion. Yeah, and that's what they posted on there on the I think it's public on the WCA Facebook page.
Yeah, we shared it. Yeah.
And I will tell you this: back in the day, we used to. One of my colleagues that I worked with at LifeSouth, her son was the vice president of Daytona International Speedway. So he was a bigwig, and he used to allow us to use the Daytona International Speedway logo on a shirt and everything, and give away tickets. And every time I would call him and say, hey, I'm calling. He goes, I know, it's that time of the year. My mom already told me. And, you know, he was dreading it because, you know, here he's a BP, and if your mom says, what are you going to tell your mom? No.
Exactly.
And he was done. And this is what he would say. He goes, what do you want? So,
oh, wow.
There you go. And when he left, LifeSouth got completely cut off from that. So,
anyway. That would happen, yeah.
Gosh.
So you're doing the race, just to kind of recap, and this will be a promotion for your involvement with this. You'll be broadcasting here on WOCA Sunday at 11:30. You said 11:30.
10 to noon.
10 o'clock.
10 to noon.
Okay, 10 to noon.
All right.
10 to noon. Live from inside the infield of the Daytona International Speedway.
Wow, that's exciting. That's exciting. And you said Winston. What's the guy's name? Winston something?
Winston Kelly. Winston Kelly.
And he'll be one of your guests?
Yeah. He'll be on at 10:15, and then the great thing about the Daytona 500 is there's always the occasional celebrity that pops up, or C-celebrity or something. So I'm pretty sure I'll get somebody else on there who I think is entertaining, and everybody else goes, I have no idea who that is.
You know who the actor is?
Which actor?
The actor who's going to do the Gentlemen Start Your Engines.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Oh, it's that guy who did. He talking. Gentlemen Start Your Engines. That's how it's going to sound. What's the guy's name?
Who is that guy?
Oh, the guy from Midnight in Paris. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, it's Matthew McConaughey.
No.
But he looks like him.
I don't know.
He looks like Matthew McConaughey.
I don't know.
Oh gosh!
Sometimes you guys have conversations in your brain that are absolutely complete, and the rest of the world is going, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Is it Wilson?
Yes,
Wilson.
Owen Wilson.
Owen
That's
Wilson.
his name.
Okay,
Thank
there you go.
Oh, Owen Wilson.
There you go.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I like Owen Wilson. He's a great straight man for Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
I love the internship. So if I find Owen Wilson, if he comes anywhere near me, I will put him on the radio.
Oh,
but
how
usually
cool!
They don't bring those guys down Radio Row, but if they do, I'll get them. So.
Oh, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
You should have a recorder with you. That way, when you're off of Radio Row, if he hasn't come there, you could find him and do an interview like that. And record.
Once the remote broadcast ends, I put a beer in my hand.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Because then I have 4.5 hours to enjoy the race.
Can you tell us the name of your co-host that day, or is it secret?
It's going to be whoever's in the studio producing it, which I don't know. I don't always use a co-host, so I'm not going to today.
Oh, there'll be nobody there.
The occasional person.
So you don't know if it's Dan or me sitting here. Okay, that's what he's saying, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Right. But even then, I don't know. I like to say it. I like to, especially when I'm doing a remote. Sometimes two people's too much because there's so much going on.
Aren't you bringing a friend though? Someone to go?
I am.
You? Oh,
he
okay.
knows nothing about NASCAR, which I may bring him on to talk about golf. Depends on how it goes.
By the way,
he's never been to Daytona, so it'll be fun.
Oh, it'll be exciting for him. That'll be so great.
So Winston, I have a question about Winston. If you name your child after a cigarette, does it pretty much guarantee they're going to get involved with NASCAR?
No, it's not his real name.
Oh.
Oh. I mean, I asked him. I did it the last 2 years ago, and I talked to him. I said, "Is that your real name?" And he smiled. We're on the radio. He goes, "Of course it is." But because back in the day it was called the Winston Cup.
Right. I remember that.
And so maybe he had this yes, I ate the cookie smile.
Right. Yes.
I don't think it's his real name, but he didn't admit to it on the air.
I mean, it's a great name. I can't imagine a girl being named after a cigarette, except for Virginia, maybe.
Yeah,
that would make
Virginia.
sense.
Maybe it's the other way around. Yeah.
Winston.
You can name a boy Marlboro.
Yeah, you could.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool in the gang.
Camel.
Yeah, name him Camel. Why'd your mother name you Camel?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the hump on my back. I don't know. All right, it's the hump I put in her back when she was carrying me.
Gee.
All right, let's see. We've got. Let me go. We got a phone call first.
Okay.
Then we'll. We want to hear the commercial that for the 500 to see if Galen.
Dan did make one.
Mention.
We're gonna have to make one for you.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, everybody, and good morning, race fans.
Hello, Hugh.
Hey. Hi. See, I got a question for Galen, like I usually do. Galen, going way back, Daytona races were held on the beach, way back in the 40s or whatever. Was that like a road course or a circular configuration? Would you know that?
Yeah. They would race north up the beach, turn over, or take a turn, come back on the street, and then do the circle that way. It was still a left turn.
So they would go down A1A? They would use A1A?
Yeah,
okay.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Right.
When was the track, the big track built in Daytona, the racetrack, in the 50s?
Yeah, 50s.
All right. Are you going to mention any things on your broadcast on Sunday?
No. I might if it comes up.
If it comes up.
They put some, they'll give you, you go into the press facility, which is pretty okay. It's not great, but it's okay. And in there, they'll have all these sheets with all this information, and there's always some piece of trivia that is so archaic, and you're like, why in the world does anybody even know this information? So that's the kind of stuff I'll read on the air.
Do you know what? It would have been a cool prize if you had nobody to bring with you. That would have been a cool prize to be with Galen in the press box.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're not in the press box. You're in the infield, and then there's a press area. But it's 6 hours, and you don't really have a chair, for those 6 hours.
Oh.
What?
You don't have a seat. I don't have a seat. I'm in the infield.
Oh, they don't give you a seat?
You have to stand the whole time?
No. If I want to sit down, I go into the press area or, sit. In the race, this is the thing. The start of the race is very exciting, and the last 50 laps are very exciting. There's 150 laps in the middle that you just go, okay, just log in the lap.
Well, you can bring a chair, but you can bring your own chair in there, right?
You can't.
Yeah.
So you're in the infield. How much of the track can you actually see on the infield?
You can see it. There's usually, depending on where you're standing, you can't see when they come out of turn 2 very well. But it's so big. It's you're standing right near the start-finish line. So if you're looking at the race, looking at the track, if you're on the front stretch, we're on the front stretch side before the cars come across the finish line, right? So by the time they get up into turn 1 and turn 2, they're a mile and a half away. So you could see them, and it's not nearly as loud. You can have a conversation. And as they're coming around the back stretch, you can see them all the way down the back stretch.
Wow.
And then once they hit turn 3 and 4, there's no talking until they go all the way back to turn 1. Because you just can't hear.
One of the things that the winners posted on Facebook was that they wanted to go. They were watching it on TV. They looked up the price. They couldn't afford it. They said this is a bucket list item, and so now they've won tickets. Isn't that cool?
That is very cool.
That is cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, and again, it's an experience. It's one of those things that you should do. And tickets have gotten so much more expensive. Again, when I would go in the 70s, it was like $5.
Wow.
So, because we could go in the infield, and, you didn't have a seat once you got in the infield. You just sat on top of your RV and all of that. But even that's gotten so expensive.
Wow.
So,
all right, let's take a break, and we'll be right back. I actually have something totally unrelated, unless you want to compare it to food
Okay.
at the race. I'm guessing there's a lot of food for sale at the race, right? Is concessions a big deal?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe
barbecue.
Oh, maybe that's the direction I'll go. All right, when we come back, let's talk about that. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Plenty of clouds on this Wednesday with a shower or two in the morning, followed by a steadier, heavier rain and a thunderstorm later today, the high 71 to 75. Wednesday will be mostly cloudy at night with a shower and thunderstorm in the area, low 59 to 63. Thursday, mostly cloudy with some showers and perhaps a thunderstorm, high 75 to 79. For Friday, some sunshine and warm, high 79 to 83. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Next Generation MD is the future of healthcare now. Listen in the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. to learn how the future in PRP treatments are here in our area. Find out the many ways that Dr. Juan Jordan, MD, Charles Brooks, NP, and case manager Mark Shaw have brought the family medicine practice to a new level. Hear from the very people that benefit from the fine work they have done in this field. Next Generation MD, every first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. here on WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
On top of the world, Ocala's premier active adult community has done it again, and this time it's bigger and better than ever before. 10 new, never-before-seen decorated models will make their debut on Saturday, February 25th at 10 a.m. 5 exciting new plans from our maintenance-free Premier Series, and 5 big new designs from our Estate Series in one convenient model center. Mark your calendars for the can't-miss Model Grand opening event. On Top of the World has all the lifestyle amenities you want right here. Enjoy over 300,000 square feet of air-conditioned recreational fun, plus over 181 acres of outdoor amenities. Join us on Saturday, February 25th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., and tour our 10 new decorated models. On Top of the World is located on State Road 200 west of I-75 in Ocala, or visit online at ontopoftheworld.com. That's ontopoftheworld.com.
Equal housing opportunity.
Don't miss the program Higher Education Happenings. It'll be on WOCA The Source on Thursday, February 23rd at 10:05 a.m. Mike Fallon from Webster University will be hosting a panel of educational experts from the College of Central Florida, St. Leo University, the University of Central Florida, and of course, Webster University. They'll be speaking to us about educational opportunities right here in our area, all on the program called Higher Education Happenings on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
All right, 25 minutes after 8 o'clock, guys. I don't know if I'm ever going to get to the actual subject I had in mind. But anyway, so off the air, Galen was asking me how we had a winner in Avon Park. Well, the simple answer is that the internet was part of the way we were promoting it.
Yeah, Facebook.
So anybody in the whole world could have entered it, right?
Yes.
The whole world.
Exactly.
But what really happened is her brother, and I don't know where he lives. He must live closer. He wanted to go. And so he said, can you help me win? I'm entering as much as I can. So she said, sure, I'll help you. So then she wins, and she says to Robin, is it okay that I give the tickets to my brother? And Robin says, yeah, of course you can do that, right?
Yes.
So she contacts her brother, and Sunday is her birthday. So he says, oh, my gosh, I can't believe you won. Why don't we go together? So the brother and the sister are going to go together on Sunday, which is her birthday. So,
isn't that great?
So
that's cool.
It was we've had contests where the people who win sometimes just think, oh my gosh, they don't even care that they won, like a good prize like this. But all three of these winners really are appreciating the tickets. So that's really cool. So I'll never get to the healthy foods at fast food places. What is the food there at the racetrack? What do they sell?
What you would expect at a NASCAR. Well, let me ask you this. What do you expect to see at a NASCAR race event?
Oh, my gosh. I would imagine barbecue or hamburgers or hot dogs.
Yeah, got barbecue.
How about corn dogs? Corn dogs?
Yeah, there is actually a place that has corn dogs.
Corn on the cob? Corn on the cob?
Corn on the cob where you could dip it in the butter. Yep.
Do you have bloomin' onions there?
Oh, I love bloomin' onions.
I don't know because I don't think they used to back in the day, but I don't think Outback is sponsoring a race car anymore.
Oh, okay.
So,
but you could have something like that. Something like that. So is it a big deal? Like in a baseball game, it seems to me that concessions are a huge deal, the food.
Well, you're there. It's a and I tell people this, it's a lot longer than you think it's going to be. So you have to get the whole festivities, the free concert and everything starts at noon. It takes you, unless you're like me and spoiled and get a press pass, it takes you an hour and a half to park. By the time you park, it takes you another, between parking and getting to the actual seat that you're in, it takes about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot of parking around it. So you park across the street in the Walmart. People are charging, anywhere from $20 to $30 to park. You park wherever you can, and then you walk to the racetrack, and then you have to go into the entrance according to your ticket. And it's an hour and a half to get from your car to your seat.
I'll bet that the college has a lot of parking in there too. The people from the race, Daytona State College, because they're across the street.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Probably,
Well,
yeah.
they're just taking over. They just sell it, and you don't even know it's Daytona State College on Saturday and Sunday. So and then when you get out, let's say the race will start at 1. The race will be over at about 4:30. You don't really leave until get back to your car at about 6, and then you're just in traffic. It's a long day. So I'm leaving my house at 6:45 on Sunday. I'll be home at about 7.
Mm-hmm.
So it's. I don't want to talk anybody out of it because it's well worth it. Once you get there, it's an event. It's the biggest NASCAR race.
It's the Super Bowl of NASCAR, right? So that's
it's the Super Bowl of NASCAR.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to see, and it's fun. But the start is great. The finish is great.
All right.
The 100 laps in the middle, you're just like, oh, let's just get through.
Galen, we got to go.
Wow.
Logging laps.
Where's the Bloodmobile today?
Walmart Wedgwood Road. Please give blood. Please.
By the way,
emergency in the well.
I didn't mention, thank you, Palm Garden. Thank you, Penn Flooring, our two great sponsors. Donate blood, and thank you, Galen.
All right, you guys are the best.
We'll be right back.
Bye, all.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Hours after DHS rolled out new immigration enforcement guidelines, the president's senior advisor speaking about a revised executive action.
Based off of the judicial ruling, flawed though it may be, to protect our country and to keep our people safe, and that is going to be coming very soon.
Stephen Miller on Fox's The First 100 Days. Democrats say they'll continue fighting for what's right.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer issued this statement saying, quote, no matter how much they deny it, it is clear that the White House is setting in motion their mass deportation plan, directing immigration agents to round up and quickly deport anyone who is undocumented.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. A protest camp for those demonstrating against the Dakota Access Pipeline slated to be closed by the Army Corps of Engineers today, and the Fed due to release minutes of its January policy meeting. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Wildfires burn millions of acres each year. And each year, wildland firefighters like Fire Chief James Hall battle to contain them. But they can't do it alone.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. It can ignite and destroy your home, your community, or more. That single ember can be just as dangerous as the wildfire itself. But you can do something firefighters can't. You can act now to prepare your home and your community for wildfire. You can reduce the risk. Do your part. Go to fireadapted.org.
Get fire adapted. Learn what you can do now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen Silver Springs. It's a new year full of good stuff and good food, so come on down to DQ at Silver Springs and start it off right, because we've got things for your heart's delight. Chicken strips and pepper gravy and slaw or chili dogs, oh so savory. Codfish and grilled burgers too, made to order just for you. Creamy and frosty, blizzards and shakes, and all kinds of flavors for goodness sakes. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Whether you're building it up or knocking it down, get it done, rent it now. Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now. 352-369-9101.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Hey, this is Dan. Let me ask you a few questions. Does your boat look better with the cover on? Has your car's interior seen its better days? Stop using a towel to cover up those rips in the golf cart. Isn't it about time you had it restored to better than new with a custom upholstery from Captain T? Captain T's Upholstery has been right here in Ocala for nearly 20 years, so they know how to make your ride one of a kind. Whether you want to take that classic ride back to a factory look or put your favorite sports team front and center, Captain T's Upholstery is who to call. 352-369-1810. That's 352-369-1810. Or stop by their location, 5030 Pine Avenue in Ocala, just past the drive-in. And of course, don't forget to visit them on the web, CaptainTUpholstery.com.
The very best in quality is Captain T's Upholstery.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Physical activity contributes to a child's happiness and does, in fact, promote learning. Every year, dentists save thousands of lives in North America by spotting growths and abnormalities in our mouth that end up being cancer many times. Also at the hotel, use the clips on the pants hangers in your closet to clip your curtains together so no light comes through.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.